It's Food O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and today we're going to give you a guide to the top 10 biscuits to dip in your tea. Starting off, first of all, you need a really good tea bag. That is one of the most important things, and for me, there's only one tea bag, and that's Yorkshire Teas tea bags. Really good start. So I'm going to go with, start off at number 10. This is, a lot of these biscuits are traditional biscuits, and you might be asking, why am I making this video? Well, I used to work in a supermarket, and I opened a supermarket in my local town here in Barry. And do you know what the top selling product was by far on the first week of opening? Biscuits. And there's a good reason for that in this town where I live. Biscuits are cheap, and biscuits will feed you very, very cheaply. I live in an old dock town where lots of coal used to pass through the town, and it kind of doesn't anymore. So people have to get by. So here's my guide, my definitive guide, the top 10 biscuits. So we're starting off with the Nice biscuit. Little bit of sugar. Very old fashioned, probably came around in the 40s or something like that, 30s or 40s. Get it in your tea. Give it a bite. And did you see that? It nearly broke. So it's not just a guide of what's the tastiest biscuit that goes in your tea. Breakability plays a huge part. There's nothing worse than when you dunk a biscuit in your tea that it breaks. So it just turned to mush in the mouth. Very nice. This pack of biscuits probably cost me 20p. So in number 10 is the Nice biscuit. There you go. Coming in at number 9 is the custard cream. Now it's okay having a custard cream in your tea, but the problem you've got is, for me anyway, the flavour gets in the way. You can only eat maybe 2 or 3 maximum before you get that sickly feeling in the mouth. So it's basically very, very similar to the Nice biscuit, but it's a sandwich biscuit with some kind of cream icing filling in the middle. Let's get it in. But it does one thing better than the Nice biscuit: it holds it together. Yeah. Immediately, for me personally, not really a lover of overly sweet things, and this biscuit is far, far too sweet for my liking. But I understand if you like that kind of thing, you like a sweet thing, it's not too bad. But I'm going to quickly move on from the custard cream. Next up, very similar. Now if you're watching in America, the Oreo was probably invented off the back of this biscuit. This is the Bourbon cream. This is probably the original Oreo biscuit. I imagine somebody from America came on holiday to the UK, had a Bourbon cream, and thought, we're going to make an American version of this. And now Oreo biscuits are absolutely everywhere. It's all about the branding. It's all about the marketing. Unfortunately, the Bourbon cream just was never marketed very well. So, brown chocolatey type biscuit. Chocolate kind of cream sauce in the middle. Let's give it a dunk. So it's a biscuit that's going to hold together very well. It's not going to break, and that's very important. As I mentioned, there's nothing worse than getting biscuit in your tea. Let's give it a taste. Oh. it's a little bit more tolerable than the custard cream. There's a little bit more going on. I'm more of a chocolate fan personally. There's a nice chocolate flavour. It still is quite sweet. It held together okay. But again, you're only going to be looking at 1 or 2 biscuits before you think, I need to move on. I need to have another biscuit in my tea. Next up, this is probably one of the original styles of biscuit, if not the original style of biscuit to ever be invented. This is the shortbread, or the shortcake biscuit, as we call it here in the UK. And judging by how many kind of Scottish shortbread biscuits you can get, I imagine this thing was invented in Scotland. It's a little bit drier, it's a little bit thicker. Let's dunk it in the tea. There's no sugar on the top like the Nice biscuit, but they're both very similar. I think this is a little bit more traditional. Holding together pretty well. It's a lot more savoury, a lot less sweet. I could eat a few of those. But they kind of remind you of your grandma's house, don't they? Your grandma's house, you'd go there on a Saturday morning, she'd serve you a cup of tea and there'd be a few of these shortbread or shortcake biscuits on the side. A little bit on the old-fashioned side. So where are we? Nice was number 10. Number 9 was custard cream. Number 8 was the Bourbon cream. Number 7 was the shortbread. Counting now, making sure I got it right. Coming in at number 6 is the malted milk. This is an unusual type of biscuit. It's got a bit of branding going on. Again, all very traditional biscuits. It's a little bit similar to a shortbread. Let's get a shortbread. Same size. Same shape, a little bit thinner. But these things are weirdly milky. Made with barley malt extract. They're weirdly milky, these things. But they're designed to go in your tea. Very much like a shortbread. A shortcake biscuit, very much like a shortcake. In fact, I'm struggling to find the difference in them. Number 6. Now things are starting to get a little bit interesting. I'm now moving into the top 5. These quite wow. That malted milk right on the back end is incredibly salty. Really salty biscuit. That's the difference between a shortcake and a malted milk, is a malted milk is very salty. Weird on the back end. So, after the interruption of the salt, we're moving into the top 5. Now the top 5 involve some of the biscuits that I will always have in the cupboard. I am a massive fan of biscuits in tea, and these here are my top 5. Coming in at number 5 is the ginger nuts. As you might expect, another malted nutty style biscuit with quite a bit of ginger in. I like these. I reckon I could eat 8 of these. 8 of these will go in my cup of tea. I like the spiciness, I like the pepperiness. It's just a bit different. Here we go. And they stay together. Now we're talking. Now we're definitely talking. crisp, crunchy, spicy, biscuity. Biscuity. That biscuit I could easily, as I mentioned, smack in half a packet. I could just consume in my tea, and then take the dog out for a walk afterwards, just to kind of get over all of the food. Okay, we're into the top 4. Coming in at number 4, and I'll give you my reason why. This is probably one of the biscuits that I would say I always purchase and always use to dunk in my tea. So why are you asking that it's coming in at number 4? I got good reason for that. These things are really cheap. If ever I'm a little bit short of cash, don't have much money, everybody likes to go out for a breakfast, yeah? Sometimes you haven't got the money for it. You need to feed yourself cheaply. These are probably the ultimate with number 3. If you're from the UK, you'll know what's coming next, number 3. But these are probably the most dunked biscuit in the UK. But there's a problem. The problem is they're so brittle and they bake. Bake? Break. They break very easy. Look at the thickness. They're made up of a lot of air inside. This could very well break on me. There you go. See? It's wavering. It's breaking. Remarkably, it stayed together. But this biscuit, it's called rich tea. It's been designed to go with your tea. It's the only biscuit I want to get another one of, and I want to do 2 biscuits to show you. Not to try and make it break, but because they're so delicious. Dunked in a tea. They suck up a lot of the liquid in the tea. They're quite dry to feel, but as soon as you put them in the tea, they suck up all of the tea. And it's just something a little bit meaty, a little bit kind of... It just goes really well. Trust me, go and try it. Get a pack of rich teas. You probably have if you're watching in the UK, and stick it in your tea. Ultimate perfection. Why is it coming in at number 4? Because they break. That's the only reason it's at number 4. These biscuits tend to break. Top 3 time, guys. The Digestive. Now this is a different entity altogether. Compared to the rich tea, the Digestive is bigger, and it's made of wholemeal. So we've got a lot more consistency. So I would say the rich tea is a bit of a treat. If you really need to fill yourself up in 2018, you want something quick, something easy, boil the kettle, I could smash 10 of these down. 10 of these, and you can go out, you can walk, you can work off these things. It'll keep you going, I reckon, for half a day. Here it goes. Just satisfaction, fulfillment, tasty. You really get a sense of that wholemeal. Are they healthy? Probably not. But who doesn't want a bit of wholemeal in their biscuit? So that's the biscuit that will fill you up. The Digestive biscuit, coming in at number 3. The reason why it's number 3, again, they have a tendency to break. and they fall to the bottom of your tea, and you've got to fish it out with a spoon. They were that successful, the Digestive biscuit, that somebody decided to put chocolate on them. And if you're watching in America, the Oreo biscuit has no chance of beating this biscuit. It's just down to marketing. It's just down to branding. If somebody grabbed hold of these and marketed them properly, these would sell all over the world. Trust me, they would beat out the insane worldwide domination that Oreo has at the moment. It's even in ice cream at the moment, Oreo. The Digestive biscuit, chocolate Digestive. The reason it's coming in at number 2, it holds better with the chocolate on the top. And they taste pretty good. This Digestive biscuit's from Aldi. The milk chocolate's a little bit disappointed, if I'm honest. You're waiting for that kind of milky kind of loveliness to come together. McVitie's milk chocolate Digestives are far better than this biscuit. If I'd have known that before I started, I may have bumped it down a few. Because this is essentially Aldi's range of biscuits, and they're a little bit, the chocolate's a little bit disappointing. Coming in at number 1, the best biscuit for dunking. You can go back and forth. This thing's like, stick me in, stick me in, stick me in. And you could carry on dunking this biscuit all day long if you want, and the biscuit would not break. This is the commando of all biscuits, and they're really tasty too. This, my friends, is the Oatie. This biscuit has changed the way I dunk biscuits. I used to always buy rich tea or Digestives. The last 2 years I have probably only bought the Oatie. My wife likes them, my children like them. It's even made my 11-year-old daughter love drinking tea because she gets to dunk some of these Oaties in her tea. This is the family favourite. This is, as I said, you can dunk this in, it's out, it's in, it's not going to break. And it's so tasty dunked. For me, it's all about the crunch. These biscuits are so crunchy, so oaty, so wholesome. You can really taste the flavour. A little bit salty on the back. It's the ultimate dunking biscuit. The Oatie. Won't break, super tasty, family favourite, just a few pence more. I would say you can pick up a pack of Aldi's rich tea biscuit for 30p. You can pick up a Digestive for maybe 35 to 40p. Admittedly, the Oatie comes in with maybe about 48 pence. But for that 8p more, you got a lot for your money. You got a lot of bang for your buck. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. It's a look at my personal top 10 biscuits of all time to dunk. Thanks for watching. Put your comments in the comments box. If you liked the video, please subscribe. Put your comments in the comments box. Thanks for watching. Boom and cheers.